I got a long day of flights ahead of me, 12 hours to Houston, Texas. And now I got a 7-hour layover in Houston after sleeping 2 hours on that flight. But I did travel back in time, left Tokyo at 4 p.m., arrived in Houston at 1 p.m. I'm a time traveler. Turns out 10 p.m. is not a busy time at the airport. It's empty in here. Surviving just barely, and now I have a 10-hour flight to
Hello, crest of the galley.
Thank you. To here in Santiago, Chile. Gonna spend the day getting some work done and getting some proper sleep at the airport hotel. Now back across to the airport.
How are you doing?
What's going on, man?
High five.
How are things?
Good.
To pick up the one and only Thomas Heaton. How was your flight?
It was fantastic. 14 and a half hours of pure joy, pleasure, and it was a beautiful experience.
Nice. Let's go to downtown Santiago. We got just a day in Santiago before we head to Patagonia. Tom has never been to South America, so we're just gonna do some touristing around today, check out some of the sights, and
We could be tourists for the day.
so Chilean lunch coming up, and every Chilean lunch you get avocado. Palta, they call it here. I asked him about the size of it, and he's like, oh, it's just a small little size, a personal plate. That's a massive bit of avocado and a good starter. And then we ordered the churrasco after, churrasco a la pobre, which is like a steak with fries and then eggs on top of it. So we're gonna dig in.
It's a feast.
A theory that Tom's obsessed with trees. He just loves trees, and we're walking through Santiago and there's literally one tree here lit up by some sunlight with this graffiti in the background, and yeah, he's taking his picture.
Not very successfully.
¿Qué jugo tiene?
Fruto rojo, piña y mango piña.
Piña. Por favor. Gracias.
Listo, gracias.
Gracias.
Amazing.
Just just over in the Bay of Vista district where there's all this street art, wandering around, kind of just exploring, and I think we're gonna try to hike up they call it a mountain, it's a hill. I think it's Cerro Cristobal. So we were gonna hike up the hill until we saw that there was a funicular, so we're gonna be lazy, take the funicular up the hill. It's like my, I don't know, 10th time in Santiago, and that's the first time I've ever done the funicular here. Kind of a bad tourist usually. Views up here were on point, views were so good, but I think we're gonna head down now, and at the bottom we're gonna head back to the hotel, and I'm gonna sit down in front of the camera and we'll talk about what's happening here in Chile. Okay, so I just wanted to end this video with like a quick sit down and talk to kind of walk you through what's about to happen. Tom's here, and it's always so good to have Tom around, such a good photographer, good person. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. This workshop with Tom, I'm super, super excited about it. This is a workshop / tour in Patagonia, and we're leaving for Patagonia tomorrow. So officially, the Patagonia series is gonna start tomorrow. Greg is also coming to help shoot B-roll and assist on the trip, and it's gonna be awesome, because as you know, Greg is awesome. And then we have 10 participants on this workshop. So it's a pretty big group, and the trip goes to Puerto Natales, it goes to El Calafate, to see Perito Moreno Glacier, it goes to El Chalten, Torres del Paine, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back in mountains and nature and some cool landscape photography spots. I'm just incredibly, incredibly stoked. On past workshops, I haven't really filmed that much. I haven't vlogged that much because it's really, really hard to vlog and then still also give that attention to your participants. On this trip, I'm gonna vlog every day. Every single day I'm gonna do a vlog. And having Greg come along to help with that B-roll is gonna be super helpful for this. So I'm excited because I should be able on this trip to give you guys a more behind the scenes look into what these photography workshops look like. I have 4 styles of photography trips that I do. This one is like the bigger group size. It's like 10 people or so, that's usually the max size. And they're like a mix between a workshop and a tour. There is instruction, we do one-on-ones, we do photo critiques, we do instruction in the field and stuff like that. But it's kind of like more of a photo tour style where we go around, show you epic locations and take you to these really cool places and help you guys get really, really cool images. The second style is the adventure style, which you saw in Philippines. And I think the adventure style is actually my favorite thing to run, just because it's kind of laid back, and yeah, we go out and shoot photos, but it's not about the photos, it's about the adventure. It's about having an amazing experience. And the Philippines trip, the Philippines workshop was so good. And I guess finally, it's announcement time. It's time to announce the next trip. And it's a photography adventure, and it's gonna go down in Mongolia. Mongolia is one of the craziest, most beautiful, most amazing places in the world, and it's the perfect place for an adventure. So this trip's not gonna happen for a while, but it is gonna fill up really, really fast because it is such a cool place. The trip's gonna go down in August of 2019, and basically it's gonna be like a 2-part trip. It's gonna be kind of a long adventure trip, but it's gonna include central Mongolia as well as the Altai Mountains out in the west of Mongolia. And it's just gonna be insane. The landscapes in Mongolia are unreal, the people are really, really interesting, and it is a true adventure. You're driving through parts of Mongolia and there are like no roads or anything like that in certain parts. It's insane. And it's such a great adventure. We're gonna have probably 2 or 3 vans, these old Russian vans. We'll have guides, we'll have cooks, and we'll just go around, driving around the country and taking pictures and having adventures. And it's gonna be awesome. So there's information about that trip in a link in the description of this video. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. The trip's likely gonna book up really fast. I would say within 24 hours of this announcement, it'll book up. So be sure to go and check that out right now. As for this, that's it. We're headed to Patagonia in the morning and I'm so excited for it. So I hope you guys are as well. I'll see you there. Peace.